Step two, you last. And oftentimes in real estate, you'll hear, if you list, you last. And the reason for that is when you list properties, all the other agents work for you now. Everybody that's trying to sell that house to a buyer of theirs works for you. So when you list, you last, and it gives you things to target, open houses and so on. So now, you generate, you last. We are lead generators. We're not just realtors. If you're not regularly involved in proactive lead generating activities, you will substantially limit your earnings and continue to fall short of your goals, especially if your goals aren't written down. Source your business. Where did it come from? Make a list of everything you took and every buyer you sold a home to, every buyer you want to sell a home to, let's go there, and identify where it came from. Was it a personal referral? Who did you get this person from? Put it in your app files so you track it. If you talk to somebody and they want to be a buyer, even if it's not now, put it in app files. Start tracking notes about them, and it will help you do a better job, okay? So ask yourself, can I duplicate and predict that each, at will, let me try again. Ask yourself, can I duplicate and predict at will each activity that will result in a transaction? That's an interesting one. If I'm doing this and I do it again, will it come up with a transaction? Oftentimes it will. It's very interesting the way it works. Make a decision to focus on your business sources and make sure they're the ones that are predictable and duplicatable, okay? It's just the way it works. So that's where we've even talked about in here with what we have on the walls. Make sure you know your own sales proposition. It's a unique sales proposition. You have to have that. You've got to have that short elevator speech ready and at hand, and it's got to be at top of mind, okay? So, issues at hand. Most agents have not been properly taught to prospect. If we don't prospect, we die in the business. Most agents don't know what to say. They just fumble along. Most agents ask closed-ended questions that just get a yes or no and are unable to get a dialogue going. That's why the scripts work. Most agents have poor work habits. A lot of people get into this and think, oh, this is easy. No, it's not. It takes work. Most agents can't handle rejection, objections, and embarrassment. These things are a part of life. So my line on this one is get over it. I also believe in put on the armor of God because you're going to need it with this kind of career. Any sales job, you need to have that armor about you. Most agents fear both a yes and a no because they don't feel strong and competent in their knowledge and presentation skills. So go over the presentations, guys. Make sure we have these again. All of the different presentations that we do are in app files, and or you can find them on YouTube where we've worked on them. Most agents don't track their numbers. So they have nothing to reference, to predict, and duplicate. No one is holding you accountable. So we need to consider what are our sources of getting business, right? There's a nice list here. Past clients. It doesn't mean just in real estate. Okay? Center of influence. That's the network of all the people you know. Doesn't matter whether it's folks that are cashiers where you shop. They need to know what you do. You need to wear, if you don't have a shirt that has our logos on it and things, wear a name tag. Order one. It works because they have to wear one. Yeah, they work. So, and if you forget it on, that's even funnier. If you go to something and people are like, hey, you still got your name tag on, you go, oh, shoot, my bad, put it in your pocket. Because I've done that at church and it's not intentional, but it's not intentional. It's just I had it on. I'm used to it, right? So, one of those things. For sale by owners, that's a source. Expired listings, that's a source. But boy, you really have to have thick skin for that one, and you have to be ready with your data if you're working with expireds. And we have an expired training sessions. So, just listed. Just sold, calls or visits. Doesn't mean that you just listed it. Doesn't mean that you just sold it. One sold in your geo farm area, you go around and tell the neighbors about it, they're going to assume you sold it or you listed it. You're not responsible for their assumptions. You're responsible for getting them to talk to you and to know your scripts and know what you're doing and know the neighborhood better than other people do. So if you do that one, make sure you know everything that's active, pending, and sold in the neighborhood in the last 6 months at least, and go from there. If people try and go back further than that, go, it's really not current, and it doesn't apply to our market today. Let me tell you about our market. right? Here's where the rates are today for that matter. Start rattling through things and then start asking them questions. And by asking them questions, you've taken control of the conversation, right? That's the way it works. And it'll be the best conversation they've ever had. Current client referrals, that's the best. Referrals. We all love referrals, affiliate referrals from whoever you work with for mortgages, title, inspectors, whatever it may be. How about your lawn care guy? Ask him. Who do you know that's moving right now? A lot of the pool companies, man, the guys know people that are coming and going. It's good to know. Direct mail to past clients, center of influence. Here's the deal. You don't need to send out 1,000 postcards. You need to send out the ones that go to people that know you. And they'll think it's going out to the entire neighborhood. That's the fun part. And the reality is it's just going to them. And they'll go, oh, that's cool. Some of them will keep it, some will throw it away, but that's okay. That's one of those things. Direct mail is really just you going, hey, here I am. Don't forget. So don't expect an immediate response from that. Open houses, expect immediate responses. And here's the deal. Either people will come or they won't. And we don't know when they will and when they won't. We don't know if we're going to have, 24 couples come through one day or none. And you've got to be consistent doing them because you may do 3 in a row and not have anybody. And the next one, you literally might have 12 couples walk through and end up generating 4 buyers out of it or sellers. They need to sell before they can buy. Great, I can help you with that too, right? Relocation, that's another big one. Geographic marketing again that we've talked about. Internet referrals and websites. These are all good. Small real estate investors. How about just getting together with groups that we have in town here of people that want to get together and talk about business, what's going on in our neighborhoods. It's just good. Women's groups, men's groups, these are things to go to, okay? These are sources for getting business, and they're only going to get you business if you do them. Small builders, that's another good one. Tenants and occupied listings, in other words, they're renting. Personal promotion, buyers seminars. If you want to do a buyer's seminar, I'll help you do it in here, but it needs to be targeted. And again, sometimes you can work awfully hard on those and not have anybody show up. Other times you can do them and you'll have a crowd of people show up. You just don't know. If it's short sales and a lot of people are failing in the market because the rates are going nuts, those usually fill up pretty quick. I still probably have some of my old signs from doing those. Corporate leads. Who do you know in business? Business networking groups. That's what I was just talking about a minute ago. Get in the network groups. Social media networks, internet leads. These are passive, less predictable, and less duplicatable, right? Because you don't know. However, they work, and especially with your own sphere of influence. So the faster each of us put these into action for ourselves and internalize them, the better we're going to do. So practice, role play, and you'll have a chance of staying on the schedule you set and doing our prospecting. Do the prospecting. So how much prospecting will you be doing? Indicate your goal for the year. These are things you need to write them down. Write them down. Make them real. Don't say, well, I'm going to sell 1 a month and I've got this. Yeah, you could. But the reality is, if you can sell 3 to 5 a year, you'll survive. And survival is where you want to start. And then 1 a month is not out of range, okay? If you can get to 3 a month, you're going to be a rock star. Decide how many will be from repeat and referral. The difference between these two numbers is the number of contacts you'll need to make to achieve your goals. I need to contact how many people every day? It depends on your goals. Scheduling and prospecting are just critical factors in making your business work. Prospecting tips. Call in the morning when you're fresh. That's important. Everybody's like, well, I don't want to call people at 9 a.m. I'll aggravate them. No, there are a lot of people that you can call at 8 a.m. It's okay, especially if they're kind of the older crowd. They're up and about. They're out getting the paper and having coffee, and you give them a call, they don't mind. If you, right. But if you hit a young couple that has kids, they're probably going to say, hey, I don't have time to talk right now, trying to get the kids to school. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll try you back later. Have a good one. Don't just say, okay, thanks, bye. Leave the door open again. Always keep your foot in the door. Okay, I'll try you again later. Thanks, so sorry. Have a great day. Review. Mindset messages and affirmations to get in a positive yes mood. Call 4 or 5 past clients, and that'll help, that's the influence you're going to have. It's the best influence. Remove distractions from around you. Work at a clean, neat workstation or desk. I need to work on that one. Have your scripts in front of you and stay on track with them. Avoid repetitive boredom by keeping your goals and aspirations in front of you with vivid pictures and phrases. Become an expert in your dialogues. Don't let someone else's response to your prospecting keep you from doing your job. If you know it's your job to do this, you have to do it. If you were working for someone else and you didn't do your job, would you still have a job? You won't here either. This is one of these businesses where it can be the highest paid, hard-working job there is, and the lowest paid, easy job there is. It just is what it is.
I count up all my mistakes, and fast grip and tighter, ever consumed of shame. Shake off the ghost of old. The only way to down. Redemption's a long road. Better start walking now. Folks tend to judge my name based on